My fellow Belizeans, the passage from one year to another carries symbolism and substance. As individuals, institutions, and nations, we measure time, mark accomplishments, mourn losses, and map out fresh goals at this magical moment when the close of one year ushers in a new one. This past year, the second year of a global pandemic, which upended our sense of normalcy, has been marked with challenges. And for a small and vulnerable country, we have been tested in unthinkable ways. And yet, in 2021, my administration's first full year in office may well be the year we turn things around. In 2021, our people went back to work, evidenced by the dramatic fall in unemployment to 9.2%, with over 25,000 more Belizeans working than the year before. The Belizean economy rebounded, producing goods and services worth an additional $85 million compared to 2020. Even the usually conservative IMF revised Belize's projected growth for 2021 from 2% to a rate of 12.5%, a near miraculous comeback. Our fight against the COVID-19 virus has been relentless. Almost 400,000 tests have been administered, over 30,000 Belizeans have recovered, and the last wave has abated with an average of just 30 cases over the last 10 days. Painfully, 592 Belizeans have succumbed to the virus, and like all Belizeans, I lament every single passing from this disease. In this battle, my administration has spared no measure nor expense. From states of emergencies to rolling curfews to the $15 million in additional spending by the Ministry of Health and Wellness, we believe that every single Belizean life is worth fighting for. Today, the risk of a more contagious variant, Omicron, compels us to take our vaccines and booster shots, to physical distance, wear masks, and to always practice proper hygiene. As we say, watch your distance, wear your mask, and wash your hands regularly. Whatever successes we have achieved against COVID-19 belongs to our nurses, doctors, caregivers, and other frontline workers who have braved sickness and death to save lives and flatten the COVID-19 curve. On behalf of all Belizeans, I say to our nurses, doctors, and those on the front lines of this fight, thank you. We honor your selfless labor. 2021 spectacularly brought the end of super bondage. The retirement of the super bond wiped away $500 million from the public debt, while redirecting resources to an internationally celebrated program of eco-marine conservation. And leading the way in grand revolution in productivity and self-sustenance is the Ministry of Agriculture, Food Security, and Enterprise. In just 12 months, record cattle exports have been achieved and more attention given to small farmers and the agro-productive sector than in 13 years of UDP misgovernance. Our tourism ministry has worked diligently and added new airlines, significantly increased seats, and worked to ensure that tourism workers were among the first to be vaccinated. Our tourism industry is robustly recovering. The BPO sector has experienced exponential growth, and this year alone has created over 5,000 new jobs in a world record in the growth of BPOs. If this spectacular rebound was possible from the rubble left by the last administration, then we should look to 2022 with optimism and confidence. My cabinet and I, supported by the wider public service, resolved to pursue with even more vigor in 2022 the manifesto pledges set out in Plan Belize and endorsed by the Belizean electorate 14 months ago. The work is well underway. For example, the construction and award of low-cost houses has commenced and will intensify in the new year, with units programmed for distribution in all 6 districts among various locations. And the Infrastructure Ministry will escalate its program of road upgrade, bridge building, and rural streets and drains. The Ministry of Natural Resources has handed over 5,338 leases and purchases and 6,943 titles in 2021. And in 2022, anticipates the issuing of 7,500 new lots to first-time landowners. With the reopening of schools, the Ministry of Education will expand the free secondary school initiative, which will start with 4 schools in Southside Belize City as a part of our Education Upliftment Project. The thrust of the Ministry's energy will be to recover the classroom time and lessons lost to the pandemic. And starting 2022, we expect that bountiful dividends will flow from the recent investment summit we hosted last November. Forecasted foreign direct investment flows for 2022-2025 is estimated to be about $1 billion, accompanied by an estimated 15,000 new jobs. This will be significantly complemented with the mobilization and injection of local investment incentivized by the interest shown at the investment summit and the acceptance by the private sector of a new enabling environment being created. The safety of our communities and the well-being of the most vulnerable are core national priorities. We expect the recent addition of 220 police officers, the largest ever recruitment intake, will fortify the robust anti-crime crusade of our Home Affairs team. This, of course, will be cushioned by policies that offer a pathway to reform and initiatives that cater to our elderly, youth at risk, and those seeking employment. On the broad canvas, government reaffirms its cherished covenants of cooperation with the social partners, enabling the private sector and empowering our citizenry. My fellow Belizeans, the dreams we share, the values that draw us together have never been more crucial to our national objectives. May this new year bless our land and her remarkable people with peace, prosperity, health, and wholeness. And with the guidance of our Creator, may 2022 be a successful year. From my family to yours, Happy New Year.